This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. Armenia's National Assembly has convened a special session to debate a bill that would allow the government to nationalize the electricity networks of Armenia, as tensions around the move continue to rise. ENA, the country's sole electricity distribution operator, is owned by Russian-Armenian billionaire Samvel Karapetyan through a Cyprus-based holding company. The proposed legislation seeks to amend laws on energy and public utilities, granting authorities stronger powers to intervene in critical infrastructure management when strategic risks arise. The bill aims to enable preventative procedures to ensure continuity of essential services. Ruling party Member of Parliament Vladimir Vardanyan defended the bill as a necessary tool for swift action, citing recent blackouts in Spain to stress its importance. Opposition members sharply criticized the proposal. Armenia Alliance's Artsevik Minasyan called it dangerous, accusing the government of using it to unlawfully seize private property without accountability. Haik Mamijanian from the I Have Honor faction dismissed the initiative as a political distraction, sarcastically suggesting the Prime Minister's seat was the only thing that needed nationalizing. The bill is widely seen as targeting ENA due to a bitter dispute between Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Karapetyan over the latter's support of the Armenian Apostolic Church. Last month, police raided Karapetyan's home and charged him with calls to overthrow the government, which his lawyers say are politically motivated. Pashinyan announced his nationalization plan the very next day, with quickly prepared draft legislation set to be voted on later today. In response, the Karapetyan family has filed an official investment dispute notice under the 1995 Armenia-Cyprus Treaty. They accused the Armenian government of arbitrary, politically motivated actions violating international commitments, warning of possible international arbitration and compensation claims. The government has defended the nationalization, citing power outages and alleged mismanagement by ENA, claims the company denies. If the dispute moves to arbitration, it could become one of Armenia's most significant investment conflicts. The European Union's top diplomat, Kaja Kallas, completed her visit to Armenia yesterday by launching the first ever Armenia-EU security and defense consultations with her Armenian counterpart. This marks a major step in Armenia's efforts to deepen its partnership with the EU and move toward a more diversified security strategy. Armenian Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan described the talks as a milestone in Armenia's shift away from relying on a single defense partner. He called it a commitment to deepening our partnership with the EU and a direct reflection of our shared commitment to peace, security, and stability, and the fundamental values of democracy, the rule of law, and human rights. A key outcome of the meeting was the signing of an agreement allowing Armenia to take part in EU peacekeeping and crisis response missions. This is expected to bring Armenian and EU institutions closer and build a shared culture of cooperation in the security field. Mirzoyan also praised the EU monitoring mission in Armenia, calling it a stabilizing force in the region, and thanked the EU for its support through the European Peace Facility. He highlighted Armenia's interest in expanding cooperation with European countries and institutions, especially in areas like training, cybersecurity, and combating disinformation. He said Armenia welcomes deeper collaboration with the European Security and Defense College and stands ready to work closely with EU partners to strengthen media literacy and resilience against hybrid threats as they move toward a new strategic chapter in their cooperation. In our interview with researcher Dr. Karina Avedisyan, we introduce you to a long-lost part of the Armenian diaspora now re-emerging in northeastern Syria. On a trip to the region known as Rojava, she met with Islamized Armenians, descendants of genocide survivors who were forcibly assimilated during and after 1915. She explains how this hidden diaspora is now re-emerging and reclaiming its Armenian identity through community, language, and armed self-defense, all within Rojava's inclusive, multi-ethnic political system. Click the link in this video's description to learn about a fascinating communal revival that has yet to be noticed by the wider Armenian world. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 34. That's because the anthem of the Republic of Armenia was adopted on this day 34 years ago, in 1991, by the Armenian Supreme Soviet. It is the same as the anthem used during the 1918 First Republic, though a few of the words have been changed. The original lyrics were derived from a work by the mid-19th century poet Mikhail Nalbandian, inspired by the ideal of freedom of the Italian unification movement. And as always, please subscribe to CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.